Hello? Hello, hello. I'm here. Hi, hi. Oh my god. Missed yesterday, but some good news. I have a new temporary GPU, so I'm set for a little bit. I have a um GPU that is relatively like equivalent to mine for at least for gaming. For other things, it's not maybe not as well. Um but it's good enough so I can actually do everything I want to do again. I have a thing on right now and I should turn off. I didn't know it was on. Oh well. And it makes me realize I'm off center. Hmm. Oh, I see. I see what's going on here. That's on me. That's on me. Um, there we go. Hmm. I seem to have made a um um shit. um I forgot where this was at. Um okay, let's do like something like that. Um hmm Where did I put this at? Um, it doesn't feel right. It looks wrong still. I don't know if I trust it. Feels wrong. Oh wait, wait. No, not that. Oh, this can help me gauge it. Okay. Was it like that? That? That looks like that could be right. It's a little too big. Maybe that's it. That could be it. Yeah. Yeah, I think I solved it. Okay. Um hmm. I didn't want to start with this on. I don't know why this. Okay. Here we go. Everything going good. Looks like it. Okay. So, um, Psycholonials chapter 6 and 7. 6, 7. And Messi's the GOAT. Of course. Messi's the GOAT. Ronaldo's a bum. That's kind of, I think that's kind of all there is to say on that subject. Especially after the past I don't know 24 hours. That's just it. So that's all there is to say with that one. But I should be good to move things back. Okay. Can't tell if volume's good or if this one's extra quiet. I'll give it a little boost. Little boosteroo. There we go. Okay. That's not right. That's okay. That's more like it. Okay. Now we're into it. Okay. Left off with my boy Percy dying. That was damn. I think it was also like the only time we seen him like not in his pixelated form. Psycholonials. Chapter 5. Video? Will that pull it up? Yeah, it will. Well, that might have been loud. this. Goated. And I want to see this one more time. Oh, ignore that. Bye. I've rewatched this a couple times. So I think it's fun. It's weird seeing Percy drawn though. But it happens when he dies when she looks at him. God. We probably meet in Ring 3 this chapter. This chapter, the next chapter. Cool. I'm so tempted to buy clown makeup. I have a cart made out on a couple websites, and I've been debating on doing it for like the past week. I don't know if I'm going to, if I'm not going to. Because I need to buy the clown makeup. Yeah, so this is the only time we see him, like, drawn like this. And it felt so weird. Still feels weird. Oh. Yeah. And then the clown makeup costs kind of a lot. Admittedly, I'm buying maybe too much. It's gonna buy 3 colors. No. Oh yeah. 2 colors, black and then white. A lot of white. But then you need like a nice sponge to apply it. And then you need like good makeup remover, because it's grease based paint or makeup. And since it's grease based, it's waterproof, right? So water's not gonna get rid of it at all. And I think it'd be fun to walk around clown makeup. I don't know if I'd be able to convince any of my friends to wear it. I think I could. Maybe I'd be able to convince 2 of the people I know to wear it. I know one of them absolutely will not wear it. I asked them already, and they told me no. They will not wear the clown makeup. They won't don the face paint, the noble face paint. Okay. Yeah, everything seems fine. Okay. I believe I saved right at the interlude. Yeah. Interlude 3. Oh, that's easier to see now. Weird. Interlude 3. Jesus fucking Christ. LOL, sorry. That was kinda unprofessional of me. I'm still just taking a moment to process whatever the fuck it was I just saw you do. I know you are capable of many feats when your back is against the wall, but somehow you managed to surprise even me this time. Bravo. But we should make it absolutely clear what's going on here now, okay? There's no going back now. Not ever. If there's a picture on the Wikipedia page showing what it means to have just passed the point of no return, we're gonna need to replace it with that panel up there. You lying bloody, unconscious, disease-stricken, next to a dead loyal simp surrounded by several dozen slaughtered cops, after just having captured an island once belonging to the United States of America. Really great work, actually. I fucking love it. You know why? Because the higher the stakes get, the more potent your choices become, the more power choice itself starts to accumulate. So maybe we don't. So why don't we try this again? Maybe, just maybe, you've got what it takes to break through this time. You could pull your shit together, or rely on the hospitality of friends and allies, let them nurse you back to health, keep your powder dry for the war ahead, and let there be no mistaking it. There will be war. Or you could just roll over and fucking die already, LMAO. So which one of these compelling options strikes your fancy, huh? Recover your health. Boom. 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 Come on, don't act surprised. You knew this was coming. Do I even need to say it anymore? Meaningful choices can only be unlocked by a true successor. And you sure don't look like a successor to me yet. Not when you're lying on the floor all sick and bloody and sleeping like that. You sort of need to be awake to make choices. It's a critical precondition to the entire idea, dummy. I just wanted to stop by and remind you you're making great progress here. Really, like what I've been seeing, keep it up. Here's an idea. Why don't we cut the bullshit and just make a date? I'll meet you back here in a couple chapters, and we can do the same charade all over again. Sound cool? Just one more time though, I promise. After that, your true test will come. You gotta trust me. Oh wait, oh my god, I forgot. Oh shit, Okay, I'm back. I'm here now. You gotta trust me. Shit like this just takes a lot of patience. And if there's one thing I'll never run out of again, it's time. Sleep well, Jen. Chapter 6. The Practice of Delegation. The next day. Boom. Evacuation of the island was chaotic, but swift. Terrified locals stormed the docks, pushing each other closer and closer to the water, but mindful not to tip each other in. They're polite people, decent enough, you always thought. None terribly deserving of being forced to become a prisoner to a succeeding summer colony. Which is why you went to so much trouble to orchestrate a well-oiled evacuation machine. All told, the vast majority of the evacuation took only a few hours. By the time the sun was setting and boats were returning from their round trips, only a handful of people still waited on the piers. And when boats came back from their drop-offs, many of the waiting locals were a little puzzled to find that the boats weren't returning empty. They were always filled with new groups of well-armed people, jumping onto the docks with gusto and scattering into the neighborhoods, and disappearing. Not running away from the danger, but right into it. With every boat full of locals dropped off at the Massachusetts shore, your people always had another squad of recruits from the mainland ready to jump on board and head to the island. It continued on like this for hours, back and forth across the Sound. Where the population at the beginning of the day was around 10,000, the final headcount after a near total evacuation was 13,000. Your false flag maneuver simply replaced the entire population of the island with rabid Jubilites, and then some. The new recruits remained faithful that the crisis posed no danger to them, and was merely a powerful act to pranksters. And they would keep coming well after the evacuation too. There was no need to bother with the pretense of renting Airbnbs anymore, or keeping a low profile. The new residents of the island began occupying the houses vacated by the locals. Along with the large supply of empty summer homes, no form of authority existed to stop you anymore. Collectively, all of you are the authority. The only thing left to do is wait and see how this authority will be challenged by the government once it comes to grips with how badly it just got bamboozled. But in the meantime, not even your most cynical aunties can dispute the obvious. This island now belongs to you. Unfortunately, it will be some time before you're healthy enough to appreciate your conquest, let alone conscious enough. Your dear friend Abby now struggles to manage the aftermath of your bold decisions. Damn. See, I don't mind if you can hear me. You have to get better soon, okay? If you didn't make it, I'd be so lost. I don't think I could even go on. People are already looking to me for answers, but I don't have the slightest idea how to handle this situation. The news is going insane about it, and my parents are losing it. I don't know what to tell them. I'm just ignoring them for now until I know what your plan is. I don't even know how were you going to follow this up? I doubt people will believe the bio attack was real forever. There are already a lot of questions about it. What happens next? What if all the people try to come back and like send the military this time? Mostly just, I'm so worried about you. Please don't leave me. I'd be so devastated. Okay, I'll be back soon to check on you. Your clown ring is downstairs waiting for orders. I guess I'll tell them something. I don't know what yet. To protect the island, I guess. I have no idea what else there is to even do at this point. Feel better. Fuck, it's probably gonna change your fit, huh? You clown out before you address Z's inner circle, Ring 3. As you've heard them referred to before, you've never interacted with any of these people at all, and you don't know what to say to them. But wearing the paint seems like the right thing to do for the sake of appearances. But wearing the paint seems like the right thing to do for the sake of appearances. They will be looking to you for leadership now. Okay. Oh, this is the outfit Hussey had on when he's advertising the game or something, right? Pretty sure it is. This one. This is the one I seen in the trailer that was with the cool emojis. Okay. I'm really drawn to these two. Maybe I lied about this one. This one's like kind of like all personality. Huh. wonder if I wonder if these will mean anything. Like these like skulls and like weird faces. Oh, does she have contacts on? Oh, that's kind of cool. Unless, cause I assume that's her eyes. Maybe that dot's her single eye. Yeah. I wonder if that like means they're like they know more or something. Oh wait. Hi everybody. I guess none of you have ever heard from me directly before, have you? Well, I'm Apple Pie, as I'm sure you know, but you can just call me Abby. I just made my clown name for fun. It was never supposed to be a serious code name or anything. Damn. Yeah. Infectious. Z is obviously wounded and very sick, so I need to make sure everything is running smoothly while she recovers, which means, well, I'm still not sure what that means. Sorry. I didn't expect having to do this, and I don't really have a plan yet. Fidget. But what we do know is yesterday Z cleared out the entire population of the island with a really crazy stunt. And we don't know how long that can last before authorities catch on to the prank. I think we all need to prepare to keep the island safe from that happening. Which means having all your people, like the many Jubilites under your command. I'm actually not sure how it works. There's like a hierarchy, right? Like you all give orders to subdivisions of clowns and such. Now, that'd be cool if they had like clowns that are like styled after them in like certain ways. Like key things now. So, you need to make sure they're all set up to defend against whatever it might be. An invasion from the government. Also, I think we need to keep the messaging up. Just make sure that everyone on the mainland knows it's not safe to try to come back. Whether that means keeping up the ruse of yesterday's attack, or maybe something else, anything to deter people from wanting to come back. Because I think we've gone too far to go back to normal, right? This seems really messy, and we just have to make the best of it. I'm sorry. I'm really overwhelmed by all this. You deserve better leadership than my incoherent babbling. I'm doing my best. Oh, fuck. Saucy with it. First, may I just say what an absolute honor it is to be serving you, Secretary Apple Pie. Secretary? Yes, that is your formal rank within our organization. You are the Secretary of Jape. I assure you we have nothing but the utmost sympathy for the difficult position you are in. Everyone here is fully aware of the role you traditionally play within the Jubilite movements. You are, how shall I say, more of an inspirational figure, a hand-off secretary who remains uninvolved with the tedium of daily operations. That's our role. And we are all beyond thrilled to be playing it. So I completely understand if you find yourself in an awkward position. Haha, I see. Yes, thank you for understanding. Jokeline. Jokeline? Jokeline? I'm assuming it's that. Yeah. Jokeline, it's my clown soda name. We all go buy our clown sodas in this organization. No human names allowed as a matter of policy. It's strictly it's for security reasons, you understand? But we will all be more than pleased to refer to you as Secretary Abby as a special exception if that is your wish. Oh yeah, thank you. Or just Abby is also fine. Lol. You got it, Abby, it's so great to finally be speaking with you. Can I just say what an admirer of yours I have always been, long before the rise of Honk Effect Z. Supreme Honk Effects. Of course. It is quite the title, isn't it? Honk Effects. Supreme Honk Effects. Shit. I like this. I like this gal. But look at all that she has accomplished. It has been a remarkable achievement, and I have absolute certainty that there is not a single Jubilite on this island who would not die for our leader. Yikes. Well, okay. That's nice to hear, I guess. But I don't think we need anyone to die for anybody just yet. I think we just need to figure out how to get this crazy situation under control. Naturally, Secretary, or Abby, I mean, you may not favor the spotlight, but it is this clown's humble opinion that your management instincts are every bit as sharp as our supreme Honk Effects'. But may I make a modest recommendation? Sure. If you find yourself overwhelmed by the tactical situation, I would strongly advise you to consider the practice of delegation. In fact, I would be happy to personally take the reins of implementing all follow-up strategies which are necessary to secure our territory and keep our adversaries at bay. Just give the order, and I'll take care of everything. Oh, you what? Wow, that actually does sound very helpful. Thank you, Jocolene. Oh, milady. It will be my pleasure to serve you and the Supreme Honk Effects now and always. Okay, so can you start with all that, like, right now? I have some other things I really need to do, like feed my poor horse. He's probably been so worried since I had to leave suddenly the other day. Yes, by all means. I will have all essential operations put into motion immediately. By the end of the day, you will see there is nothing to worry about at all. Now go feed your beautiful horse. All Jubilites consider the health and well-being of the Archbishop David Hasselhoff to be a paramount concern to our mission. You gave my horse a rank? It's a joke, of course. No, we did not. But we do like to joke around, us clowns, don't we? Oh, hello, well. Yes, that was actually pretty funny. Okay, go do that then. Thanks again for the help. Damn. Oh, I think I'm gonna really like this character, I think. No matter which type they are, like to either be the fucking like usurper kind or just be actual loyal, perfect loyal follower, I think either way they're gonna be the perfect character. The best character. You walk away feeling relieved of administrative responsibility, only to realize you now have time to dwell on your other problems. You are terrified that your friend won't recover from her critical condition, and no matter how successful her subordinates are, you doubt you'll ever be able to shake the feeling that this island could be invaded by the military at any moment. Your parents are pissed, not only at your involvement of the secession of their favorite summer colony, but they now realize they've been played as well. Your mother has caught on to the fact that she was being scammed by her lover, and your father seems to understand you've been playing him for the fool as well. They want their money back, but obviously that's not going to happen. You'll have to think about how to play it. You don't think your mom knows she was being catfished by Z and Percy. Maybe you can try to convince your dad that you were sincere about the Bitcoin stuff, but you were being scammed by the same guy that your mom was. That seems like a plausible out, but it would just involve more lying, and maybe it's not even worth it anymore. Maybe Z was right, and you're better off just giving up on the idea that parents like this are worth having any relationship with at all. Oh. You take another look at the news. It's pure madness. You and Z are everywhere you look when it comes to trending topics online and coverage of recent events. The upheaval around the country is accelerating, and all the footage you can find now features way too many clowns in the gatherings for your comfort. No matter which media outlet you turn to, it always seems they'd rather point their cameras at a bunch of unruly clowns than focus on the real issues originally propelling the civil unrest. And yet, it's hard to deny that the gradually coalescing rhetorical message of this clown ruckus ties into Z's political agenda, which she so astuciously itemized in her manifesto. This movement, which once seemed nothing more than a bunch of anarchist jesters opportunistically making mischief, now more closely represents open revolt against capitalist and imperialist state power. Hello, late. You have to watch 2 streams at once, and must do shenanigans to do so. Okay. More police stations are falling. They make things for that, like it's like a VTuber one that's like people use to watch like all of Hololive at the same time. Holodecks? I use it myself. So I don't know why I don't know what it's called on mobile, Curse. I think it's called Holodecks, where you can watch like a bunch of streams at once. It should be in my history. Yeah, Holodecks. And this is just good in general if you watch like a bunch of streamers like throughout any time. Oh, I just want to load now. Okay. You can just like click one, put them places. If it wants to load, it kind of doesn't want to load, which kind of sucks a little bit. Like let's let's click. Let's go to Gigi or Giga. Oh wait, no. How do you use it again? Oh my god, I can't remember how to use it. Multi-view? Is that how you do it? Multi-view. Here you go. You just like click people. I don't know what the max is. I don't know if there is a max. You have like a bunch of streams open. You can have their chats separate too. This is good for like watching like bunch of collabs, like in anything really. I don't know if there's like a one design meant for like IRL streamers and stuff like that. It's good for watching like really good for watching tournaments. If you watch a lot of like tournament play stuff, you can see like individuals POVs, which is a lot of fun, and have the casters unmuted. Sorry for that tangent, I guess. More police stations are falling, and small pockets of territory are being captured by Jubilites. But nobody knows where this is going or what the vision is for the direction of the movement without the guidance of their supreme Honkifics, otherwise known as your best friend. You need Z. And be curse a little. Z. Boom, boom. Okay. Oh, what are we at? Like a lad's temple or something? I'm dreaming again. Don't make me wake up this time. I want some answers. I have no power to wake you up. The sickness inside you keeps you asleep. What do you want to know? I remember what I had him sound like. Last time I dreamed of you, you said I was doing well. Doing well at what? Shouldn't you answer that? What is it you believe you're actually doing? I don't know. A lot of shit. Fighting for survival. And you're still alive, are you not? I guess. Then you are doing well. This is some cagey bullshit. I think you know there's a lot more going on here than just surviving. You're the one who gave me all these ideas after all. Yes. So, why? What do you even want out of this? You mentioned survival. Perhaps this is my aim as well. Inevitably, we all die, of course. Even entire civilizations die. So doesn't it stand to reason that part of one's quest for survival is the propagation of everything one identifies with? And if a civilization is to survive beyond its time, doesn't it need to concern itself with such propagation methods as well? So you're saying your society on Whimsifay is dead, and this is your way of keeping it alive? Aside from the means of communicating my culture to you, what is so unusual about this? There are many nations on your planet which have engaged in similar practices, including the one you have begun to challenge. Practices? Like imperialism? Conquest can be achieved in so many ways. Often the most effective ways are when the conquered don't even fully grasp that is what's taking place. Does this ring true of the nation you were born in? I mean, you're saying America does lots of sketchy shit all over the world, but also has this like vast hegemonic influence over everything through culture and economics without even needing to invade all nations on Earth. Yeah, I know that. It's some kind of basic shit. The situation you described surely happens in many deliberate ways, but easily just as much of it happened automatically, yes? As a logical and effortless extension of the great power and influence your nation has. In other words, it is natural. It is only natural for a person or a civilization to instinctively seek out ways of propagating itself to assure its continued survival. How many ways has this happened on your planet that you already know of? Methods of colonization may involve sending ships across oceans to occupy foreign land. They may involve wars, cultural erasure, and, the displacement of large populations or openly genocidal practices. But all instances of these events on your planet have resulted from the invasion of one continent by another. Is it not also conceivable that your planet could be subject to the same forces from beyond your solar system? I don't mean to alarm you by raising the possibilities. The truth is, Earth has nothing to worry about when it comes to the threat of a hostile interstellar invasion. There is no planet in the galaxy that needs to worry about that, because it's impossible. It is? It is. Yes. Space travel is too difficult. The speed of light cannot be exceeded, or even safely approached. Our planets are locked apart from each other forever, until they all grow cold and die. So it sounds like you're saying one planet wants to conquer another. They need to use different methods than just sending a bunch of spaceships over and shooting lasers at everybody. Yes, that is true. So are you saying that's what you're doing here? I am only saying this. Of all that is about to take place on your planet, there is only one person who is responsible for the actions that will bring about these changes. And that person is you. Okay. Wait. Don't go. The aliens in the trailer were relevant. Okay. Wait. Okay. It's kind of what I was thinking. Like earlier last stream, of course, I mean, they build up on it, right? But that's pretty cool. If they take... Oh, shit, she's awake now. Damn. Damn. Undertaker mode. Two weeks later. Oh shit. Old people kind of look. I don't know what's in Nantucket, I guess, but hey. Boom doom boom da doom. Oh. After a couple of weeks in bed, you manage to beat the virus. You feel weak, and you still can't put any weight on your wounded leg. But you finally feel well enough to leave Abby's house and get back in the action. 38 million followers, one following, 1,125 posts from Z69 Clown Bunner 420. Speaking of action, even though you could hardly post any content due to being sick, your brand continued its relentless march forward. The evacuation stunts, now widely regarded as a maneuver you orchestrated for the purpose of seizing full possession of the island, grabbed the world's undivided attention as the flashpoint for a credible resistance movement against the United States government. The ensuing media frenzy and global political discourse has only served to ratchet up your following count precipitously. Yeah. If you were in better health, you'd have been able to appreciate your outrageously snowballing fame a lot more. But as it was, you could barely manage to lift your phone on most days. Today, you're just happy to be able to get out for some fresh air. It's your first in-person debriefing with Ring 3 since you've been sick. Or ever, for that matter. All previous meetings were done online while you were all keeping a low profile, but now that you control the island absolutely, there's little need for such discretion. Ring 3, under the delegated supervision of Jocelyne, recently reallocated a nearby country club for meeting purposes. You've just arrived and are ready to hear the full report. You're more than a little anxious to learn what your organization has been up to while you've been in recovery. Oh. Where's your tears, Jocelyne? The fuck is all this? I'm getting the full 12 clown salute. Huh. Well, I'm flattered, but at ease, bitches. I'm alive and long past due for a proper debriefing. Abby's been keeping me updated on stuff while nursing me back to health. But now that I'm on my feet again, I think it's time to get serious about our full tactical situation and what comes next. Abs, do you want to lead the meeting and take it from the top? Lol me. Sure. You are the secretary of Jape after all. Haha. Haha. So I've been told. Okay. Here's what's been going on since the evacuation. It's been so fucking much. Let's say. Well. Well, there was the power outage scare, which lasted what, a day or two? Then that got resolved somehow, and Abby, this debriefing fucking sucks. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't even know you were going to ask for one. I just thought I could chill here and listen to you guys. Excuse me. Ooh. Ew. Secretary Abby, it's perfectly all right with us if you relax there and listen. With all due respect and reverence to our supreme honk effect Z. First of all, may I say what an honor it is to finally be addressing you in person and how relieved we all are to see you recovered. Yeah, sure. What are you trying to say here? You're, Jokeline, right? Jokeline, right? Yes. Wow, you remembered my name. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Supreme. Honk effects, Please don't call me that. It sounds fucking ridiculous. Oh, yes, of course. My apologies, Z. I'm afraid I'm losing my composure due to my feelings of admiration for what you have accomplished here and... Cool. We all accomplished this though. So what's up, Jokeline? Are you trying to volunteer to give me a debriefing instead of Abby? Yes, if that's okay, sir. Don't call me sir either, but yes, it's okay. Whenever you're ready. As Secretary Abby has already touched upon, your evacuation strategy has been an overwhelming success. Virtually all locals have been displaced from the island due to your brilliant and daring act of pranks, and have been replaced with tens of thousands of Jubilite loyalists. Tens of thousands. While the media debated whether or not it was a hoax, we made sure to secure the island. We've taken over all major facilities with a militia presence, including the airport. We've also promoted the claim that there are now thousands of bombs deployed all over the island rigged to detonate if the government ever reclaims the territory. So they're free to try if they like, but the consequence will simply be the total obliteration of all this valuable property they are claiming we have stolen. Yeah, I heard about the bombs. They hit that part of the story a lot in the media. It was a nice touch. Thank you, sir. I mean, Z, it was my idea. But there aren't any actual bombs, are there? Oh, there are a bunch of real bombs for sure, for the sake of taking photographs to prove it isn't completely made up, as well as for detonating a few of them as a warning if it ever comes to that. But yes, you are right, there are far from thousands. Well, that's good to fucking know. Meanwhile, the US military presence has been increasing. A fleet of Navy ships has amassed around the island, presumably to function as the blockade, preventing more ships from arriving. This has stemmed the flow of new recruits coming in, but more importantly, it's resulted in an unofficial embargo. Shit. Damn. Roller skates add a lot to like pacing back and forth. Fuck. Maybe I just buy a set just to like ride around in. Back and forth in my living room. Just back and forth now. Huh. I like it. Meanwhile, the US military presence has been increasing. A fleet of Navy ships has amassed around the island, presumably to function as a blockade, preventing more ships from arriving. I read this part. Soon, we'll need to consider how to cope with supply shortages unless we can figure out how to disrupt the blockade. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I'm working on it. And the power situation? Right. As our secretary mentioned, we had the unfortunate power disruption. Electricity, as I'm sure you know, is not generated locally on this island. It's supplied from the mainland through 2 underwater cables, regrettably putting us at the mercy of whatever the energy company decides to do, or worse, what federal authorities talk them into doing. So, as the textbook maneuver goes, when it comes to any hostage crisis, which the feds are surely viewing this as, albeit on a much larger scale, they attempted to shut off the power. People on the island were understandably quite upset, so Secretary Abby kindly put out a distress call, and the backlash by our fellow Jubilites was rather intense to say the least. Many forms of pressure were put on the energy company until they relented and restored power to the island. Pressure? Yeah, everything. You name it. What is that? Threats, bribes, mass gatherings around their facilities and offices. They quickly realized it wasn't worth it to antagonize us like that, even if the feds were insisting on it. It turns out our movement may have more leverage upon such institutions than even most government agencies do. Of course, the tremendous financial resources at our disposal make things like this go a lot easier. I really must commend you and Secretary Abby for accumulating so many assets with such skillful implementation of pranks. I can't imagine anyone else in the movement has been as successful with the technique as you have. But then, haha, look who I'm talking to here. The inventor of pranks is herself. Wow. Okay. So let's slow down here. It's good you all got the power back on. That was important, obviously. But you say you're spending money to make shit happen now? Yes, we have been. All but Secretary Abby's approval first, of course. I have also been recommending a significant allocation of resources to a newly formed marketing wing of the Jubilite movement. I'm not sure if you've been tracking the metrics. What I am saying. You've been sick in bed, but you may want to take a look. Our following around the world has exploded since your phenomenal evacuation strategy, combined with my marketing methods. I did notice, actually. The numbers have really gone haywire. But I guess getting worldwide attention for conquering an American summer colony will do that. And, whatever shit you're doing with this marketing, I'm sure that's good too. How much have you been spending? Gonna be like fucking $2 billion or something. $1 billion, 300 million, $20. Oh, many millions, but don't worry, according to Secretary Abby, it all represents a minuscule portion of the movement's total assets. Yeah, I thought it sounded okay. We have so much now, and we've hardly done anything with it. What could it hurt? Yeah, this is all totally fine. Actually, it's very good. It transitions nicely into the next section of the manifesto. It does. I was gonna start distributing it after the evac's done, but I got shot in the leg, and then knocked on my ass by the Rona, so the advanced pranks' shit got delayed. But it really sounds like you got a head start on some of it without realizing it. So what is it actually? Well, once you get completely insane amounts of money from your marks like we've got now, you just keep rolling that money over into new schemes. The money makes everything easier at that point. Doing stuff like you already just did to solve the power issue, you apply pressure. You can buy people off or use operatives on the mainland to twist people's arms into doing shit, or even both at once. Mostly, this was meant to be applied to more financing schemes. For instance, we run through our trusty old political donor lists, find some big names, target their money gun guys, like their financial firms or whatever, and look for weak spots. Nerds who move the money around, buy and sell stock, whatever it is they do, and just apply pressure. Wave. Weird. Wave money in front of their face that they aren't used to being paid, and threaten them with consequences they're in no way equipped to handle. A few million in bribes here to pry loose a few billion in assets there, and you have a good return on investment. Oh, yes, this makes so much sense. It's so exciting that I was unwittingly anticipating the next phase of our operation. Yeah, basically. It is the next logical step, isn't it? LOL, not to me. I had no idea where this was going. It sounds really ambitious. This is taking over an island, doesn't it? Yeah, which, I mean, that's been pretty dangerous too. And not to sound like you're pushing a campaign of, I guess, stealing from as many rich people and companies as possible. Yes. Oh, I heard a noise, I thought. Hey. I'm back, I think. Hello? Hello, am I here? Yeah, I'm here. Berg dead in Detroit. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, it was like a bear outside attacking my air conditioner. Gotta go get the bear out of here. And then, I don't know, yeah. love rural America so much. Okay. Where I leave off at? Yeah. Yes. I'm not opposed to it. It's just my parents are one thing. I felt like, I don't know. Like, that was sort of a fun game, but this, are you sure we can handle this? Damn, she's so cool. Secretary Abby, do not worry. Remember, that's what you have me for. It's perfectly all right if you didn't have a son. It's perfectly all right if you didn't have the same natural foresight into advanced pranks as which I did. I'm here to complement your position of command, to expand upon it, to make you even more effective. I love her. The emphasis on like, I did this. I had foresight. Oh my god. I love them. We all have our skills, don't we? Supreme Hawk Effect Z, or oops, just Z, I mean. She is a great visionary, the glorious clown mother of all that we celebrate here on this island. Whereas I would like to see myself as a very skilled administrator, someone who can handle all the boring stuff, which with money, logistics, planning, and whatnot. Dude, I hope she's like the. I don't know. It'd be kind of annoying. It'd be kind of stupid, I guess. But I hope she's like the Z's big, like actual big hater. The first one. The one that was like chasing her off and shit. And you're good at, well, you have an incredible social media presence. Oh, and you're super pretty. And you have a beautiful horse. You see, we all have something to contribute. Each of us is like a puzzle piece that fits into the big picture. Yes, we are all great. I can do everything. I have the skills to do anything I want, and you're surrounded by, you do something, I guess. And if it pleases you, Z, I could simply carry on with what I've already been doing so effectively. I could oversee these advanced pranks initiatives you were envisioning. Just say the word, and I'll begin building teams to carry out your orders immediately. So, you want to be in charge of advanced pranks, huh? Huh. Fuck it. Yeah, why not? I'll publish the chapter soon, but this material needs to stay internal for now. Can't be too public about it until we have a lot of plays in motion. Don't want to tip our hands too early. Get back to me tomorrow when you have a plan. We can talk about it more then. I gotta go home and lie down. My leg's still killing me. Abby, ready to go? She's wonderful. I like how they're leaving the panel, man. It's like they're leaving the page, leaving the story for a little bit. Are they leaving the story for a little bit? Later. Oh. You know what? I'm not the biggest fan of this one. Oh, here you go. Let's have the colored hair. Let's have the colored hair. It feels good to get back to our expensive wine dinners again. Just like old times, haha. Old times, yeah. Shit's only been what? 2 months? Christ. Yeah, wow. Feels like fucking years have gone by. Are you sure you're going to be sitting out here like this? You can't always lie. You can always go lie back down if you're not feeling well. Nah, I'm good. I need to like force myself to get back to normal. Things have held up pretty well, but to BH, the vibe of this scene has gotten pretty weird in my absence. Yeah. That new girl is like a lot. I'm trying to remember where she even came from. Didn't you appoint her to ring 3? Yeah, I did. But she kind of quietly moved up the ladder after some positions got shuffled around. And I hardly remember hearing anything from her at all. She was mostly quiet and just like idle, waiting for instructions like most of the others. Now she's this chatty fucking Kathy all of a sudden. Well, she stepped up when you got sick, and I had no idea what to do. She's been such a huge help, actually. It might have all fallen apart if it were only up to me. Not saying she isn't doing useful work. Of course she wants to overachieve now that she's got the spotlight. And the stuff she's doing will probably undeniably help the movement. Like, with the advanced pranks and shit, I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't go out and shake down a whole ton of money from a bunch of new suckers. I'm just saying, my alarm bells are going off with her, and I'm not sure why yet. I just have a spider sense for these things. It's probably not good for your health to get too caught up in paranoia. I think she's most likely just a nice girl who got inspired by all the stuff you wrote. And she's trying really hard to impress you, that's all. I can kind of relate to where she's coming from. Oh, so that explains our friendship, huh? You've just been trying to impress me with your sexy wiles and charms to end up second in command of my sedacious clown empire. Seditious. Lol. Yes, you figured out my master plan. I saw you in that restaurant waiting tables one time and was like, now there's a girl who's going to cause Nantucket Island to secede from the Union with a clown-themed social media campaign. You sure know how to play the long game. Embedding yourself as a high-ranking official in my impromptu paramilitary circus for years just for your shot at getting that lesbian kiss out of me you've always been after. That's pretty good. LMAO, stop. Please don't mess with me like that. It's so mean. Lol, I'm done trying to put moves on you, I swear. I'm just trying to take care of you. You've been in such bad shape and gotten yourself in so much trouble. Well, we both got ourselves in trouble and need to take care of each other until we can, like, survive this. I know. I'm just joking around. I'm always just joking. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I just joke around when I'm stressed about stuff. You just need to relax. Don't think about all this garbage constantly. At least take a break from it all at night. Other people can worry about the hard stuff for you now. That's what all your obsequious clown helpers are for. Here, let me top you off. Yeah, I don't know if I should drink this. I'm kind of fucked up on pain meds. Oh yeah, good point. Well, more for me then, lol. I don't remember you being this much of a wine mom before all of this. I must have done this to you, didn't I? No, I've just been so stressed. I've never been through anything in my life what the last couple of weeks were like. With you sick and dealing with the government and my parents and the fandom and the media going ballistic over this. I've had to find ways to cope. I'm sorry. God. I should have thought it through. What this was going to be like for you. Don't be sorry. I've been right here watching how all this unfolds. You got fucked over by cops and all you wanted to do was fight back, and that got all mixed up with your new project. Probably no one out there can possibly understand the truth about why you felt like you had to take it this far, but I do. Yeah, that's always been the problem. When you're under attack by murderous assholes with all the power and laws on their side, you can roll over and die, run away or whatever, or you can fight. But once you start fighting, the question always is, when do you even stop? Ah. No. Oh, sorry. I dropped something. I'm sad now. And then you realize you can't. Because once you start, you establish yourself as a threat to them. And they'll stop at nothing to put you down. So it turns out you can't stop fighting until the threat is completely wiped out, or they'll just keep coming. And then the question becomes, who's they? Is it just the police? Well, who the fuck do they work for? Turns out they is really the whole system. All corporate and state power. If they constantly show they want you dead, if you're willing to fight back at all, then what choice do you even have but to keep fighting to the death? Yikes. But yeah, you're totally right. I can see it now. It's not like I even wanted this. Taking over a whole island? That wasn't really in the blueprint. They forced my hand though. I'm just tired. Well, the run really wiped you out. I know. I mean, mentally too. I spent the last 2 weeks in and out of a COVID and pain med fog. Well, that day I got shot. Some real serious shit happened that day, which I had barely any time to process with my rational brain. Yeah, you lost a lot that day. You found out about your mom, then Percy. I felt so sorry for you, but haven't known what to say. Do you want to talk about it? Man, which one? Both of those topics are two completely different conversations. Either one you want. I'm not prepared at all for whatever conversation about my mom would be. As for Percy, don't know what to say. It just sucks. I know you always like to tease him, but it seemed to me like you actually really liked him. It's okay to mourn for a person you cared about. I don't think I liked him like that though. It's more complicated. Isn't he still on your unlock screen? Oh yeah. I don't know. Sounds like you did like him like that. Abby, Percy was my soldier. He died because of me. He died for this cause. He died because I sent him down this road. And he never even knew what I was signing him up for. You're a soldier? Huh. Okay, if you insist that's how it was. But just remember, I'm your friend and you can talk to me. You don't have to run away from your feelings forever. I'm not running away from shit. It's the truth. It's true about all these people here and all over the world now. They all signed up for something I started, which could end up very badly for everyone if I fuck anything else up. But it's not like I can just stop. The fate of too many people depend on me now, and the forces we're attacking here legitimately are quite evil. So I can't shake the feeling that this is all important work to be doing, in addition to just being a necessity of survival. And then my insane dreams kept reaffirming this. Dreams? Yeah. They've been getting more intense. You mean the same kind of dreams which inspired your manifesto? Yes. I had some more while I was sick. They're more vivid than ever. He speaks to me more clearly now. Who? Rightus. The mythical clown god my brain made up, who was probably fake, but now I'm not even sure about that. So maybe I'm going crazy. Or maybe it was just the disease wreaking havoc on my mind. I'm sure that's what it was. I don't think you should start drinking your own Kool-Aid on this lore. I mean, it's all neat and all, but I'm not that serious. I just think it's my subconscious talking to me. But it's very lucid stuff. All this material I'm spreading around. It's like a vision from some other place. It feels like it all has some intense need to spread itself throughout the universe. Boom, 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 boom. Huh. Boom. Like colonizing the world, overriding our various nations and cultures, but without any actual invasions. Instead, it's more like this being channeled through me from a place we can't even comprehend. So you mean like imperialism? Isn't that bad though? I thought your manifesto was on record as saying that all sucks. It does. The kind that's been practiced on Earth. And if aliens sent ships to Earth and conquered us, that would be bad too. But I think this is something different. I have no idea if it's a good or bad, really. But if it catches on with everyone, and turns out to be what cures this planet of shit like injustice, economic inequality, and all that, could it really be that bad? I don't think I'm qualified to answer that, but it sounds a bit like a rationalization. Maybe the kind that more traditional imperialists have used to justify expanding their own influence in the past. Like they could have said, if only we invaded this poor country or that one. Just think of all the bones our advanced society could give them. New science and medicine or whatever. Or new forms of morality because our religion is better than theirs. Stuff like that, you know? Yeah, you could be right. I gotta stop thinking like this. Like these are anything but weird dreams. Or telling myself this is all any deeper than just some story I wrote. It's all just a story. It's just a story. It's driving me crazy. So stop thinking about all your clown lore for a little while. Just rest. You're still recovering, remember? No, not even that. It's the clown girl, Jocelyne. It's still gnawing at me. Where do I know her from? I have no idea. Oh, maybe it is the hater though. To be honest, there are just way too many fucking clowns for me to even keep track of anymore. And they all have clown Sona names and faces, and sometimes people even change to different ones. So he even knows who anyone is anymore. Wasn't that the point? Your manifesto says it's all about the malleability of identity. Like, take total control of who you are. Nobody else gets to decide, not your parents or the government or whatever, right? Yeah. Stell, just have such a weird feeling about it. You should just try to sleep soon. Let me clean up. Then I'll help you upstairs, okay? Yeah. Something occurs to you. It was that tattoo. Haven't you seen it before? Then it hits you. You open your now massive list of haters. Still making it. You scroll all the way to the top, where the oldest antis are. The one you click on is the very first, actually. Candice Schmandis. There we go. Jocelyn couldn't really be... Oh shit. Could she? Ooh. Damn. Is this the ultimate prank? It is. It's her. This was the first bitch who canceled you. Now we gotta get rid of her. What's one more body, am I right? Oh, fuck. Oh. I guess. Gotta channel all that rage into something. Okay, so they did go with that direction. Okay. Okay, I was curious on which one they would go for. Both would work well. The going for, oh, it's your big hater, Candice Schmandis, or just some random person who's just really actually just obsessive with you and just like, oh my god, I'm the best, oh my gosh, right? And then it's like maybe slowly take over or something. Could still like go a couple different ways with how like things are run, right? Could be like some ultimate like, hey, I'm now the boss somehow, or hey, it's just a prank, bro. Chapter 7 of 9. Chapter 7 now. It never even stood a chance. Ooh, 1 month later. Oh god. Did we not deal with Candace yet? Jocelyn? Z. Supreme honk effects of Jubilites. Gender. Clown. Location. New Whimsifae. 113 million followers. Low-key follower count going slower than I would have thought. After another month is swallowed into the dystopian 2020 abyss, the march towards social media supremacy continues unabated. Last week, you leapfrogged over Katy Perry. Today, you just slid past Miley Cyrus. Both accounts took 7 years to reach their marks, while yours only took 3 months to surpass them. The woman you just eclipsed, Miley, has been outspokenly critical of law enforcement through her platform. But as far as you're aware, she's never personally ended the life of an officer or given the orders to execute the entire precinct. Pathetic, really. Holy shit. Oh, we're crazy now. Okay. And it's the little touches like this which make all the difference when it comes to clawing your way to the top. It's a matter of commitment, you think? You've been catching a lot of bitches slipping lately, and rankings have served them notice. Got a limo. Damn. 2 guns now. Due to resuming control of your empire with your distinct personal touch, life here on the island has stabilized after a rocky start in the days following the evacuation. A few deft political maneuvers have brought stability to your stolen summer colony. But the same can be said for the rest of the nation, and at this point, many parts of the world are as well. Damn. The US is becoming increasingly fractured due to many localized Jubilite insurrections, and a great number of police stations across the nation have fallen. Certain regions of America, which now represent unpoliced, demilitarized pockets of Jubilite controlled territory, have gotten so large, Ring 3 has categorized these parts of the map as Jubilite counties. That is, entire counties in the US where the majority of all police stations have been commandeered, and the number of counties which qualify has been making everyone in the government extremely nervous. Nervous enough to begin listening to certain demands you've been making for weeks. In recent days, hostilities in the country have finally started cooling off. This is because of negotiations you just completed, which have resulted in a treaty between the Jubilite movement and the US government. The treaty grants formal recognition of the island of Nantucket as a sovereign nation totally independent from the United States, which is now called New Wimsey. The mainland agrees to keep the power running and all naval blockades lifted so you can continue supplying the island with needed resources. In exchange, you've agreed to a non-aggression pact with the US and have publicly called for a nationwide cessation of hostilities from your Jubilite militias. No more capturing police stations, and no more expansion of Jubilite County territory for now. Your movement has been seeping into the fabric of global politics as well. Certain nations have started showing signs of instability as the insurrections dominated by clowned-up faces have swelled to enormous sizes around the world. Well, such volatility has stalled in the US due to your treaty. It's only been picking up steam in other nations. You've begun to lose track of what's happening where, since there's so much to observe all at once, and you've had your hands full with domestic matters. Oh, even the horses have, even the horse leading people got it. Oh. But what hasn't gone unnoticed to you is the broader cultural phenomenon it's become in such a short period of time. Many celebrities are outwardly identifying as Jubilites now, both feeling emboldened by the political strength of the movement and enticed by the fashionable statement it's become to clown up in solidarity with the rebellious spirit of your manifesto. Most of these people you could hardly give a fuck about, but you're flattered nonetheless. However, you were floored when you heard Post Malone himself was hopping into your tents. He even got some new clownish face tattoos to mark his newfound dedication to your cause. You have no idea if you found out what a huge fan of his you are, but you think you'd die of embarrassment if you knew now. Sometimes you wonder if Abby sent him a sneaky message behind your back to lure him into the fold. You'd fuck her up if you found out she did that. Interesting. Speaking of which, it seems Abby has managed to use her newfound celebrity influence to climb the ladder to her own faves. She's now in contact with their leader, Namjoon, which she seems incapable of going more than 15 minutes without mentioning. And when you start getting wind of decidedly familiar sounding movement picking up steam in South Korea, with everybody's 7 favorite boys at the helm, you naturally assume Abby used her wiles to convert them to your cause. But to your surprise, Abby didn't have to do much strong arming at all. Turns out you already had more in common than you thought. Apparently the boy band was curious about what all the commotion in America was really about, and Abby was more than happy to cut through the media play and walk them through it. She befriended Namjoon, and after many extensive dialectics, I can't read, about justice and the perils of capitalism, it seems the boys were inspired to start a revolution on their own terms. According to what you're hearing on the news, they've already managed to take over their entire entertainment studio, completing ousting the previous ownership. And in their new position of political leverage, they're galvanizing the people of their own nation to stand up for positive social change. They seem to have an inordinary principle aversion to murder, which leaves you a bit pessimistic about the ultimate efficacy of their methods. But you'll let them play the game the way they want, for now. Indeed, it appears as if a global movement is fomenting in the wake of the Jubilite uprising. Like in South Korea, parallel movements are cropping up across the world. Some of these insurrections are being waged explicitly in your name, while some undoubtedly the unique product of the political conditions in those particular regions. But whatever banner they fly, the people of the world are rising in a tide. Oh. Meanwhile, it's finally time for another formal debriefing. It's been a full month since your last one, when you delegated control of advanced pranksters to the rising star in the organization, Jacqueline. Oh? But you haven't been to a briefing since, because you didn't want to make a habit of those meetings. Too much ass kicking, too much micromanagement of stuff you can't be bothered with, and you've been way too busy with high-stake diplomacy anyway. You just allow her to slack to develop these projects on her own while you kept a close eye on her. Anime. Okay. And it looks like she's made the most of that slack. The roster of Ring 3 appears to have dramatically expanded upon under Jacqueline's administration. A whole lot of new clown faces here. But that's not too surprising. If there's one thing you've learned to never be surprised by, it's the unrelenting accrual of new clowns. More clowns than you could possibly ever know what to do with. Oh shit, I gotta. Okay. Ooh. See, what a pleasure it is to see you make an appearance at our headquarters. It's been too long since I've had an honor of briefing you in person. And may I just say that the diplomatic work you've been doing has been remarkable, Z. Thanks. But you really should be referring to me as Supreme Honk of Facts. Damn, okay. Oh yes. I am so sorry. A slip of the tongue. It will never happen again. Now may I lead you inside so I can begin with the briefing? My advanced pranksters division has been making some incredible strides lately. No, let's stay outside. Could use the fresh air. Just follow me and say whatever you want to say. Yeah, okay. First, may I say, if it ever appears that I condescend to describe the tenets of the advanced pranksters to their author, it is only for the purpose of fully elaborating on them for a wider audience, such as this gallery of rogues here. Who knows how well read these chuckle fucks are on Jubilite theory? Am I right? I kid, of course. We're all friends here, and we like to joke around. That's what's so good about this movement, don't you think? We keep things light and humorous while other ideologies just get so stuffy and self-important. Ha ha ha. Not us, though. Right. Just wanted to make it clear that any over-explaining I may do and simply for the sake of providing a well-rounded presentation to all. Yes. That said, let's take it from the top. Advanced Prankses. The more elite ranks of the Jubilite movement have already been introduced to these teachings. It's still being kept from the masses at your discretion, of course, so as not to alert our targets of our methods too blatantly. But there will come a time when these ideas will permeate the global Jubilite movement to maximize their effect. Soon, I imagine, when it is clear enough to the world that there's no turning back. And I would hazard that the recent work you have done securing the sovereignty of our new Whimsifay puts us closer to that moment than ever. So what is it we are doing? The core to these principles is quite simple. It relies on the premise that our order to destroy evil systems of overwhelming power. There is no tactic whatsoever that should be off the table. Everything the bastards are capable of doing to advance their goals, we are capable of doing too, and we must. So if the rich and powerful use their staggering wealth to entrench themselves in their positions of supremacy, then if we are also able to accumulate similar amounts of wealth, which we have, thanks to your brilliance, this means it isn't merely a good idea to use those levers to attack their power. It means we are obligated to use them. It is in fact the only way to defeat them. To abide more honorable practices would be to cede advantages to them which are counterproductive to us and wholly underserved to them. Underserved to them. And so, empowered thusly by our supreme hunk effects, about a month ago I went to work with various channels of the most resourceful Jubilites I could find, not to mention the ones with the least scruples about getting their hands dirty. Good people, really, a dutiful ensemble of particularly salty clowns who just want to make the biggest difference possible like me. So let's begin with an example of how one might use such levers. It's well known among upper echelons of our organizations that Secretary Applepie herself targeted her own parents in a bold and initial implementation of Pranksis. But the success of that approach, while phenomenally instrumental in the jump-starting this movement, fell far short of total success. They managed to secure most of their assets. So what other options exist? Well, one of the most direct tactics spelled out by the Supreme Hawk Effects is to apply assets towards legitimate acquisitions. A relatively small financial firm handles all their money, and once you have billions of dollars in the bank, the question becomes, can't you just outright buy certain companies, take control of them, and then begin to manipulate them to your advantage? Why not? Billionaires and corporations everywhere do this all the time. Buy out competition or purchase smaller inconvenient companies simply to strip or destroy them, or absorb smaller companies into bigger ones after retrofitting them to suit a new purpose. This can work. And we have success with that approach in a few cases. The problem is that it's a bit slow, and very much involves operating within the legal boundaries of a complex system in order to inflict damage on said system. There are much faster ways, and that's when the things get more fun. Oh, she's great. As our Supreme Hawk Effects rightly points out, why go to the expense and bother of purchasing a company where you can simply compromise many of the people who are already running it? It's so much faster that way, and it cuts through a lot of red tape. Oh, fuck. Damn, this guy's dope. I fuck with this guy. Many of the people working in these financial firms are a bunch of spineless nerds who, used to handling the amount of money we're talking about, are not used to actually getting paid that much. This makes them highly susceptible to bribery, while their spinelessness makes them susceptible to acts of intimidation and coercion. And if you run into some guys who are afraid of the law, that's where the good exit package can help. Just dangle a few million in front of a greedy coward along with some plane ticket to somewhere in South America, some new identity papers, whatever it takes, and then you have someone who is suddenly very cooperative in helping you move a few billion in assets around. But sometimes even all that isn't quite enough to get results. Sometimes you have a couple of really tough customers who've been fleeced already, and they've already locked everything down, such as the secretary's parents, for instance. With hard targets like that, there are certain tactics of last resort which can help move things along, if you catch my meaning. Oh. Damn. Damn, she's good. She's good. Shit. Screenshot that. That isn't your call to make. Oh yes, I know that. I wouldn't even dream of greenlighting such a play without your express approval first. Ha ha ha. I'm just saying, it's always on the table for any of these depraved capital hoarding vultures, not just their parents. I was just using them as a convenient example. So why do you tell me that what's actually been done instead of explaining all my shit back to me? Absolutely. I'll waste no more of your time, Supreme Hawk Effects. We can all see you must attend to geopolitical concerns of a higher magnitude than my modest little accounting report, so I shall cut straight to the chase. Jesus. First, I should mention, I've been dividing acquisitions over the last month into 2 columns, hard assets and soft assets. Assets, of course, are anything of value, cash, stocks, bonds, deeds to property, equity of any sort. Hard assets are now under direct control of the Jubilite organization, such as money in one of our bank accounts, our property owned by one of our members and offered up to the organization. The total hard assets are now valued at well over 200 billion. Damn. Right, not bad for a month of advanced pranks, tireless, round the clock pranks, if you're truly, by yours truly, mind you. But still a nice haul if I say so myself. But it gets better. Soft assets I have defined as those not technically in our possession. These are assets still controlled by outsiders who happen to be seriously compromised by us in some way. This means that in the events it becomes necessary, there is a high likelihood the assets could be transferred over to us. Naturally, it is harder to get a concrete tally of these resources, but my estimates have our global soft assets at about 1.5 trillion. That is a lot of fucking money. That's a lot of fucking money. It sure is. It turns out it's a lot easier to move this kind of money around than you'd think, since there's barely any real footprint to our movement. If we want to quietly transfer stock from a hedge fund into our portfolio, it's just assigned to one of our members rather than a formal Jubilite entity that's easily traced. We're also counting occupied property as hard assets. That is, any empty houses or buildings our forces have seized and which authorities have deemed too difficult to reclaim. For instance, we have well-armed Jubilites stationed in thousands of empty summer homes in the Martha's Vineyard alone. Damn, that is billions of dollars worth of property. Not even to speak of the value of the entire island on which we stand. Such seizures have been taking place almost everywhere in the world. I must say it makes accounting estimates difficult. However, I believe you will find my rough figures to be quite reliable. And all these people you compromised to account for the trillions bucks in soft assets. Where are these people? Is she gonna? No, she just has her hands on her wrist. I thought she was like grabbing a bullet or something, or like putting her arm near a gun. I swear she's gonna fucking kill her. Like, that's like the only thing she could do in this situation. Right? That's the only thing that makes sense to do. Like through this how the story's written, right? I feel. Oh, with the music. Everywhere. I begin by targeting the most obvious pressure points of the American economy, the big investment firms, banks, and such. But the more I begin to delegating the general principles of the advanced praxis throughout my network, the more people begin to improvise and target many more entities. There are now thousands of Jubilate operatives working on this. They're squeezing marks in all the big companies, Amazon, Exxon, Facebook, a lot of people in Facebook actually, including Zuckerberg himself, which I don't mind stating with a certain amount of pride. Huh. Really? Wonder if she like was with them and they explained certain things and seen things line up, or if she just, I don't know, if we're just crazy. Trust me, Supreme Hawk Effects. We got this guy by the balls. Nice. Sounds like that should come in handy. Oh, believe me, it already has. It turns out compromising the human resource infrastructure of just about any major corporation yields a wider range of benefits than just increasing our financial fluidity of our movement. Pull the strings on a social media giant, control narratives more easily. On an energy giant, influence global geopolitics to your advantage. On an entertainment giant, well, you can change a lot of hearts and minds that way, can't you? Unless... What are you getting at here? I've been quite pleased to see Secretary Applepie herself taking up the cause of advanced praxis, totally unprompted and uninstructed, also without including me in the loop or coordinating with my network in any way. Are you talking about Abby's K-pop shit? God, you're such a fucking bitch. Oh god, she's great. Fuck. Yes, her excellent work with that Korean group, which is remarkably popular. Somehow by utilizing the world-renowned status she has achieved throughout your visionary work, she has convinced the band members to engage in praxis and commandeer the entertainment company they are under contract with. Yeah, I know about this. This company made about $500 million in revenue last year, and yet due to the way the secretary has gone about this, she has not compromised them in a way that will allow our organization to siphon any of that revenue away from the company. That's why it's so important for those engaging in advanced praxis to stay connected with my network to make sure we benefit from each operation. I understand that this was just a pet project of hers because she admires these particular musicians. Yeah, it was. I thought she was just fucking around. I'm amazed she got them to actually do it. As am I. Nothing but respect for my secretary. I don't think she compromised them though. I think they're just doing their own thing. Like, taking control of their own shit and vibing with some of the same anti-imperialistic stuff we do. I think Abby's just having fun helping them out is all. And there surely is no harm in having a bit of fun during all this. That's what pranks is all about, right? But I'd also wonder what the exact utility of establishing such high-profile contacts with no intention of exploiting them. Abby would never let us do that. Precisely, which is why I can't help but feel... What? Well, considering her rank and the influence she holds and the example she could be setting, I can't help but feel that as much as I love everything she has contributed to our movement, that perhaps someone could be occupying her position who possibly contributes a little more to the movement. Tangibly, I mean, in terms of improving the bottom line, someone who helps bring a strong financial return on all of these advanced praxis efforts. You know? Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. I think I am. I think I am reading it wrong. Hello, Al. Yeah. I mean, you aren't wrong. The type of person you describe would objectively be a better fit for the number 2 spot. Can't even argue with that. Everything you just said honestly sounds like fucking incredible. Really sensational work. In a month, you got more money coming in than I thought we'd get in like years. I guess that's what makes this such a shame. Oh, she is gonna do it. Oh, did we get a video for it? Fuck. What's a shame? Oh, she's flourishing that shit. Ooh, 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 ooh. Get it, girl? Damn. Toss the other hand? Yeah. No. Oh, okay. I like the picture. She was just doing this for like a month, and she was waiting to be able to do this before she killed her. Ooh. 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 Oof. 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 Damn. Ooh. 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 Oh, I can't. I don't want to look. I can't watch. I can't look at this a little. Like kinda. Ooh. Oh my god. Holy shit. Trainers get bullets. Oh my god. I wish a harder line was written here. I wish a better line was written here, but oh well. Beginning of the downfall. It's been the beginning of the downfall. Fuck. Later. Oh. But now our owner Evolution will betray. I mean, it could. There's other things that could happen too. So I guess you must have heard about what happened today. Abs? Abby. Bitch, I'm trying to have a conversation with a normal person. Incredibly, having to spend all day with a bunch of weird ass-kissing clowns makes me feel like I'm losing my mind. Yeah, sorry. I'm just in the middle of an important conversation. Is that your K-pop boy? Yes. How's it been going with him? Very good. It still feels surreal being on speaking terms with one of my idols though. Guess I can relate. I mean, to him, not to you. Lol. Feels like somebody tells me something like that every day now. Haha, yeah. I guess a cult of personality is a powerful thing. It sucks actually, but yeah. So you hatching more schemes over there with what's his face? The leader boy? Namjoon? Yeah. LOL, I think at this point you're just forgetting their names on purpose. Maybe you should cut it out. Didn't you used to hate it when people got your name wrong? Well, yeah, I did. Until I changed my name and it stopped mattering. What they should pick... Maybe they should pick cool new names for themselves like me. They did. When BTS was just starting out, Namjoon called himself Rap Monster. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, never mind then. Lamau. Fucking. Are they holding it that? They're holding it wrong, and that bothers. I guess it's not wrong, but bothers me that they're holding it by like the glass vial. So you got him to hijack his shitty record label. What's next? More pranks? Yeah, we're talking about a few options. It's crazy the amount of influence they have over what could happen in their country. Probably even more than you have here. Well, yeah, clearly. I'm just an American anti-hero cult figure or something. But enemy number one to the state. Those guys are so benign. Way too much cuck energy to be threatening to anyone. But I'm glad to see you're helping them fuck things up. I'm not really trying to fuck things up. I'm not really trying to fuck anything up though. I'm just happy to see them taking full control of their destinies as artists. Their destiny as artists. And I'm barely even doing anything for them. It's all their own. It's all they're doing. Really. What about you? Haven't you made inroads with people you admired? I saw that Post Malone is a Jubilite now. And sure seems that way. Got some new clown tats and everything. Fucking wild. So why don't you reach out? I can't. I'd just embarrass myself and fangirl out if I talked to him. I'd blow my whole mistake. Besides, I don't think I can in good conscience drag Post deeper into this mess. It would probably destroy the poor guy's life. I'm not saying go mess with him or anything. I bet he would like to hear from you. I know this is all insane and very serious business all the time. I still think you should try to get in the original spirit of it when you can. You know, try to have fun. Fun. Yeah, right. How can I think about fun? Do you know what I had to do today? Yes, you already tried to ask me, and I was just trying to keep my mind occupied so I don't have to dwell on that stuff. I'm sure you had good reasons for dealing with Jocelyn that way. You're trying to keep us all alive here, and that probably means making tough decisions, but anything like that, like violent stuff, it really triggers me even thinking about it, so I have to figure out ways to keep myself sane. I know. I don't mean to push it in your face. I never even told you about her because I didn't want to upset you. Told me about what? About a month ago, I figured out she was one of the girls who terrorized me after my breakdown a few years ago. And somehow she climbed the ladder as an undercover clown. Oh jeez, that is really scary. I don't even think she had a problem with me after all this time. I doubt she even believed in anything. She never actually cared about my original problematic shit I got cancelled for. She just enjoyed using as an excuse to trash me. And then she saw a chance to get involved with something cool and make herself important, and took it. Wouldn't be surprised if her long game was gunning for my spot, not just yours. I just didn't tell anyone I knew so I could keep a close eye on her. At least it's over. Yeah, but I have to be more careful. What a fucking train wreck all this is. Anyone could be anyone. Really cool of me to build an organization which by definition lets your membership conceal who you really are. I just need a tighter ring, that's all. I got too sloppy. I'm sure you'll figure it out. We've really painted ourselves into a corner here. There's so much danger and we can't really reverse course, so hope you don't mind if I sink myself into these distractions. Yeah, that's fine. We're just vibing tonight. Here, want some? LOL, no thanks. I'm good with the wine. You really must be tapping into the dregs by now. How much is that bottle? A couple $100, I think. Huh, ew. Oh, that is the nasty shit. You might as well just go over to the barn and top your glass off with Dave Hasselhoff's dick. LOL, it's fine. Anyway, since when did you start blazing it? Since like a billion tons of weed started getting smuggled onto the island. Seems like a lot of land is getting adapted to weed farming now. That's cool, I guess. New Whimsifay does need an economy after all, like a good export model. Did you order people to do that? Haha, no. A lot of shit just sort of happens now. I barely have to do anything operational except preside over the occasional clown execution. Yeah, let's hope that duty stays very, very occasional. IDK. My hater list is pretty long by now. Oh, please, tell me you're joking. About what? Doing more clown executions? Yeah, I was joking. But the list, it's an actual thing. I thought you knew about it. Yeah, I do know. I was hoping you'd just stop keeping up with it at some point. Are you still actually maintaining it? Well, damn it, Sam. There are just so many of fucking people out to get us. Really bad people. It's not even just old shitty haters like haters like Jocelyn anymore. I'm tracking nasty government and media people too. A bunch of corporate types. Awful guys, you know. Yeah, I get it. They're all terrible. I just think this hit list stuff is really unhealthy for you. Like psychologically, it makes you really paranoid, and I'm worried that you what? I just don't want to see you spiral into that dark place that got you started on this all over again. I'll be fine. I know I complain about shit, but I feel much better than I ever did. Everything has a purpose now. I don't need to struggle with my direction in life or what I'm trying to accomplish. That's great and all, and I think you're smarter than me, so sometimes I feel crazy pointing out stuff that sounds like really basic, but all these lists of people you keep, isn't that kind of like a thing dictators do? Like keep track of all the people they don't like who are expendable? That's a pretty melodramatic take. I'm not planning a mass purge of haters and antis if that's what you're asking. If only because most of these fucking maggots aren't even worth the energy. Alright, if you say so, but I hope you don't mind if I keep just pulling back from all of this in any way I can. I'll always be here for you, of course. But I've been considering just deactivating my social media account soon. Are you sure about that? No, it's just something I'm thinking about. To get a little more distance from everything and keep myself sane. People will see it as a formal resignation from your position in the chain of command, though. Someone else would need to fill the void, and the only person I trust. I know that. I'm really wrestling with it. I want to keep supporting you. I just haven't decided what to do yet. Alright then. I'm gonna go piss what you think about it. Give K-pop Monster my regards. We're back in the bathroom. What are we gonna do in here? Well, Abby talks to her new friend who once named himself after a monster. You stare in the mirror at her old friend who may be in the process of turning herself into one. So much crazy stuff is happening constantly. It can be easy to start feeling numb to it, but maybe it's a good idea to reflect on certain surreal truths now and then. Like how maybe it feels pretty messed up when your chill wine buddy has to sincerely offer cautionary remarks about turning into Joseph Stalin. Ooh. That's ridiculous. Of course. Yes, many revolutionaries after tasting success would hear the siren song of mass murder. But you know in your heart you are different. You've never been more sure that you're doing this for all the right reasons. And anyone who tried to convince you otherwise would probably regret it. Shoo. Oh. An urgent news article is blowing up on your phone. Nothing ever blows up on your phone unless it's highly relevant to your movement. The fans and key members of your organizations are always the first to push the story hard, and it always makes you nervous when it happens. Big stories feel like they contain good news for you. Or are we gonna? Oh, did we ever? Is this her cancellation? What she got canceled for? Is this something else? Oh, and this one is certainly no exception. The report says Abby's parents' mansion has just exploded. Both are presumed dead, but there is no official confirmation of their deaths. But you don't need confirmation. You know they're dead. Your people did this. There is no other explanation, and they wouldn't have done it if it weren't sure their targets were inside at the time. You feel sick. This was Jocelyn. It had to be her. The bitch greenlit those orders behind your back before she died, when she floated the idea to you. It wasn't a hypothetical. The orders were already out. Fuck. You're afraid to go back and talk to Abby. You have no idea how you can break this to her. In fact, you probably don't even need to. She must have seen it on her phone already. What can you say? How can you explain this? Oh. You tiptoe out of the bathroom. You take impossibly tiny footsteps back to the living room. Maybe if you walk slowly enough, you'll simply never arrive. Hey. I'm sorry. It'll be okay. A part of me always sensed this day might come. It wasn't supposed to, though. It was Jocelyn. She mentioned something about it, but I had no idea she already put this in motion without telling me. And I guess I killed her before she had the chance to reverse the order. It's my fault. No, it's mine. I went along with it at the beginning and just kept going. I could have stopped it at any time, but I enjoyed it as much as you did, and I finally felt like I was reclaiming part of my soul by ripping them off. The part of me that benefited from all their money at the expense of others. I thought if we could use their money to make a difference, it would make me feel better. But it went too far. All of this did. I mean, they weren't good people, though. I know they weren't. It wasn't their fault, though. They just made too much money and spent too much time with the wrong people. Listened to too much bullshit. And they were family. I didn't want this. Personally speaking, I know this feels really heavy right now. But you get used to being free of your bad parents. I'm sure it'll feel liberating after you let some time go by. Z? I don't think that's a nice thing to say right now, but I'm too sad to be mad about it. I have to deactivate my accounts. I'm sure you'll be able to find someone who isn't a backstabber to help you. I'll still follow you all the way because I love you. But there are certain things I can't do anymore. Psychic damage. Hasselhoof. Oh. Ooh. The feeling of heartbreak leaves a void. Rage fills it quickly, as usual. At first, it's anger at yourself. You knew Jocelyn was a traitor, but you strung her along for an entire month, letting her play games while you were biding your time, waiting for the right moment to put her down. If only you hadn't been so lenient. You could have pulled the trigger weeks earlier, before she had the chance to get carried away. Or you could have just shot her the day you found out about her treachery. Oh my god. But why should you be angry at yourself? She was the one who killed Abby's parents, and she was the one who canceled you. Beating yourself for for your leniency is just playing into the hands of people like this. It's letting them win. No, she's the one who deserves all the rage. Everyone like her deserves your rage. And maybe even more than just that. Maybe they'll all deserve what Jacqueline had coming as well. No. But you can't start thinking that way. You remember what Abby was telling you about your hater lists, about what that could lead to. You've already hurt her so much. You can't let yourself put her through more grief than she's already endured. You don't know how you'd be able to live with yourself if you destroyed her. You're exhausted. You tell yourself the same thing you've been telling yourself most nights when trying to get to sleep. All these problems will seem less insane and unsolvable in the morning. You're never right, obviously. But you tell yourself anyway, like a comforting lullaby. Oh? Another meeting. Oh? Rhintus. Yes. Don't go. We need to talk. Where would I go? As long as you feel driven to survive, I will always be with you. I mean, don't fuck off suddenly. I need more answers. No, I need help. I'm only unavailable the moment you wake up. Your time with me is only fleeting if you waste it. I need to know if you're real or if I'm just losing it. If I were a figment of your imagination, couldn't I just answer yes, I am real? Huh. Washa. Real. Your subconscious could insist on my reality through this lie. To continue tricking you. And if I were real, couldn't I simply lie about that as well? Oh. To plant seeds of doubt in your head about the origins of the ideas you are sharing. There we go. With the world. This just sounds like a lot of fancy bullshit of saying maybe I can't trust anything you say. But perhaps you can't. Didn't you already know that? Why are you asking me to confirm something to you when you know the mere act of confirmation could be part of the deception? Wouldn't it be better to assume I'm real and ask me these important questions you have? Then after I answer, you're free to wake up and decide what value those answers have when making your next decisions. Okay. Last time you were popping off about your, insane psychic imperialism. I was. Yeah, that's what you were hinting at. Then what's your question? I don't even know yet. I guess I'm just trying to confirm that's what's going on here based on presumptions you're real. As I just explained, I can't confirm I am real, let alone confirm what you just asked. But I can confirm doing as I've done, which is to speak of certain possibilities. Like what? Such as the possibility that I was not even the first Jubilate, as your manifesto describes. Huh? Are you saying that you aren't? I'm saying you should consider the possibility that I'm not. Consider that I was just once a member of a race of people on a far-off planet which was not called Whimsife, and who had never heard of the Jubilates, or even had any particular affinity for clowns. Man, what the fuck? Also consider that I was visited in my dreams by a being that was self-described as the first Jubilate from a planet called Whimsife, and she told me everything I have told you. Eventually, she began telling me to consider even deeper truths about her reality. She began asking me to consider that she was not the first either. And then came the promises. Promises? She promised glory, infamy, immortality. She promised a transcendence of physical form, of attachment to my original planet and culture. She promised even that I would rise above everything I accomplished with the conquest of my own world. She told me there was so much more to discover if only I persevered and achieved absolute victory. Are you telling me that's what's in store for me if I win? I'm not telling you anything. I'm asking you to consider it, just as she was. Okay. Think I get the game you're playing. And the weird verbal rules it has. For some fucking reason, whatever I can play along. You already have been. And as I said before, you've been doing very well. So when she told you that stuff, hypothetically, what did you do? I continued doing what I was already doing. Because regardless of where the ideas originated, I believed what I was doing for my world was right. But I continued with additional vigor. Because it was then that I began to believe I was part of a crucial part. I believe I was becoming crucial. Because it was then that I began to believe I was becoming a crucial part of something which had great cosmic significance. It seems to me that I was assuming a place in a lineage of unfathomable consequential figures which spans millions of years and millions of stars. I guess that's a sort of motivation, sure. It doesn't sound like the type of idea which motivates you, though. I don't know. It's a fucking lot. That's a perfectly reasonable stance. And it is why my predecessor felt it was important to leave the truth of herself as speculative, and why I am doing so with you as well. Because there is no motivation which can truly substitute the feeling of conviction that what you are doing is right. And that sense must come from within you, not from fairy tales of space and infamy. Well, I do think what I'm doing is right. But it's also really hard. It's fucking up my friendship and making me fucking sad all the time. I didn't say it was easy. In fact, I'm telling you the opposite. Just as my predecessor told me. But it sounds like she lit a fire under your ass all the same. She told you all this stuff, didn't you say you did it was extra vigor? Yes. What does that even mean? It means it was brutal. Is this not what you wanted to hear? Sounds fucked up and sounds like what I'm already worried about and what Abby's really worried about. I don't think I can hurt her anymore. I remember what it was like to have mortal concerns like these. I felt nothing but sympathy for what you're experiencing. But these are very small matters compared to the grand scale we are discussing. You must understand. It sounds like you're trying to convince me of being more hardcore about this. But trust me, dude, I'm already there. You really aren't. Man, I made fucking lists and I just shot a girl today and she killed Abby's parents and... I am not lecturing you. I am actually paying you a compliment. You have come so much further than I did in a much shorter period of time. How long did it take you? It took me many years to crush all forces of opposition on my planet. The lives lost were countless. You have spent only months pursuing your mission, and yet, incredibly, you are on the precipice of total victory. I am? The fact that success is nearly within your grasp may not be obvious to you, but it is very clear to me. So, if what I'm hearing is right, you've been coming into my dreams basically to finally tell me how much better at this I am than you. That is not inaccurate. But it is also foolish and to be overconfident. And even more foolish to assume the level of brutality you've already inflicted will be remotely sufficient for completing your mission. Withdrawing now from your instincts for survival and the violence that flows from it naturally would be a great mistake. I don't know if I really... I mean, Abby thinks I should just delete these lists. She's not the supreme hunk of X. You are. I know. There were so many who opposed me too. Their methods and motivations are always the same. Ridicule, jealousy, conniving, greed, lust for your power. They will all try to kill you eventually, I promise. So, should I, you remember why you wrote your list originally, don't you? Yeah. Don't you remember what they did to deserve it? There is nothing else for me to say, because you already know this as well as I. The moment you wrote down those names, they were already dead. That was good. That was pretty good. Oh, fuck. Nosebleed's getting worse. You wake up. It's still nighttime. How long were you out? It couldn't have been more than a few hours. The dream was the most intense you've ever had. So intense, you're bleeding somehow. And you've been gripping your phone so tight, your hand hurts. What the? Oh, we sent it. It appears your entire hater list has been copied into the text message addressed to Ring 3. Did you do this in your sleep? What are we sending? Oh. They've responded with an understandable confusion. They're wondering what the purpose of this list is, and what you want them to do. But you know there's only one possible reason you would have dropped this list here, unconsciously or otherwise. Understanding the correct moral choice is rarely that hard. You usually have more than enough information available to decide. A good friend who loves you, a girl who's done everything in her power to keep you from going astray, and offered as collateral was her heart, which would shatter if you fell too far. But there are other factors to consider. Factors which all good sense in the hearts of our loved ones have rarely been able to compete with. There is the factor of inevitability. What are we sending? Fuck. Your vision was inevitable. The sledgehammer it's taken to the capitalist order of the planet was inevitable. And what is perhaps also inevitable is your wrath. As Riotous rightly pointed out, these people brought this upon themselves. The moment they spoke your name with a sense of spite, they should have known they were speaking a suicidal curse, inviting this inevitability into their lives someday. Oh, inevitability is defined by the force which tried to stop it. Its strength is measured by everything that gets in its way, only to be crushed. The power of a nation, the heart of a friend, and even the conscience of the host. Or, that is to say, the vessel meant to deliver the unstoppable. Your conscience can make you bleed through your nose and turn your knuckles white to put up a fight against the inevitable. Ooh. But just like every single one of these miserable fucking rats, It never even stood a chance. Huh. That's the end of the act, huh? Yep. Fuck. End of chapter 7. Okay. God, I like this way too much. Move the card out of the way. Oh, okay. I really like this. It's scratching like a lot of the right things that I like. Fuck. God. I feel surprised that Jocelyn died so fast. But it's still short, so it makes everything happen so fast in this story, and I'm like almost finished with it. And I'm still not used to the speed at which this story unfolds. It's like kind of intense just to go after one after another because it's like because it is a visual novel, right? But kind of loose on that term. It's moves so fast for what's all happening. I feel like things usually take a little more time to cuck. I feel like it's how fast, how rapid things happen. It just makes me want to keep going and going and going. I really enjoy this so far. I'm gonna be done in fairly soon, I guess. 2 more chapters to go. I don't know if I'm ready for that. God. I'll be back on Friday. That's the stream day. I don't work on Friday, so it's a lot easier to like keep things on and going. I don't think I work tomorrow either, but that one's kind of iffy. But yeah, that's the end, and thus you gotta go. Farewell. Oh, seen that one. Interesting. But yeah, this is a lot of God. It's so good. It's doing something in a way I like, in a format that I was kind of looking for something similar to this, and covering it in a certain themes I like and certain ideas, like in the social media presence 2020, like COVID things, and I gotta like careful on what I say slightly. But yeah, it does cover a lot of things I really enjoy. I wish it was kind of longer. Everything just happens and happens and happens. It's just God. Yeah. It's kind of Fuck, I wish it didn't end so quick. Wish it didn't end so soon. I really like that, but I do gotta end stream. It is late. Okay. Uh, uh, I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit this button. Okay. So yeah, I'll be back Friday with Vast Air. So I'll continue this on Sunday, and then next week I will be not home. I will be out on work travel, and I won't be able to really do anything. I don't think I'll have time for it. I think I'll be all day busy for the days I would be for work. So I guess we'll finish this at the end of the month. Hmm. Yeah. This is the end of the stream for realsies though. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. And bye.